friends, welcome to Get Your Play Online. My name is Katie and today we're going to be making these fun turkey headbands for Thanksgiving. So, let's get started. And what do we need for this craft? So, what we need is a glue stick. You can use a cup or a bowl. These are optional. You can do some googly eyes. You'll need some pencil crayons or markers or a pencil, whatever you choose. Scissors and some construction paper. So, some good colors that you can see that I used for my first headband is I used some brown, red, yellow, and orange because those are fall colors. But today we're also going to be using green just in case. You can use any colors though that you want. It's your turkey headband. Those are just some fun fall colors that I chose. So the first thing that we're going to have to do for this craft is we're going to have to make the actual little band that's going to go on our head. And for this step, you will need your construction paper that you're using for your headband. Mine is brown. And depending on how big your head is, you might need 1 or 2 pieces. So I need 2 because my head is a little bit bigger. And what you're going to do is you're going to place your first piece of construction paper, hot dog style, on your table, and you're going to use your scissors and you're just going to cut your paper in half. And remember, if you need help cutting, make sure to ask an adult. So yes, we're just going to cut it all the way from one side of the other, and you can make your headband however big or small that you want. But one thing to keep in mind is that your headband has to hold all of these extra things on it. So I have a head, some leaves, and some legs. So you do want to make your headband pretty big. So that's why I'm cutting mine in half. And you don't need to measure or anything. It's just a nice cut all the way from one side to the other. So let's do it for our first one. I'm going to cut. So I have my first piece of paper cut in half, and what you can do is you can either use this piece of paper to make your whole headband, or you can cut another one, but I'm going to cut another one because I want to use a little bit of my brown for the head of my turkey. So I'm going to put one of the halves that I just cut off to the side and keep that. And then I'm going to do the same thing again to make the other strip that I need to complete my headband. So I'm just going to put the first piece that I cut right on top of the paper, again facing hot dog style on my table. I'm going to, if you can see, I put this right on top so that I know how big to cut my next headband so that it's about the same as the first one that I cut. So you take your scissors and just cut right beside, so you can kind of see, right beside where the piece of paper is that you put on top. So here's my piece of paper and this is where I've cut so far. So I'm going to keep going right beside the paper that I just put on top and cut all the way to the end. And this is a good way to have 2 pieces of paper that are the same size and length. So this will be our headband. So I'll put my other piece of brown paper off to the side because I won't need it. And now I have the 2 pieces of paper that I'm going to need for my headband. So now we have to do some measuring. And you can put your headband for wherever you want on top of your head. For this one, I made it like a little hat. So you really don't have to measure that much. It just stays on your head like this. But for this one, I want to make a headband. So we're going to have to measure the part of our head where we usually put a headband. So it'll be right here, your forehead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two pieces and I'm going to see that one piece fits about half of my head, and then I'm going to take the other piece and just hold it together and go from the back of my head all the way to the front. And as you can see, two pieces of paper perfectly fits my head. So it's going to fit all the way around, and I can wear it as a headband. So I'll give you a few seconds to measure your forehead and see if you need to cut any. So I don't need to cut any of my paper, but if you need to cut a little bit, just look at how much you have that's extra. So say my head was a little bit smaller and I had a whole bunch extra, like this much, then I would just cut off the little bit extra that I don't need. Or if you want, you can just leave it and glue it all together. It's completely up to you. So we'll just give you a few more seconds to finish measuring. And if you're ready, you can get your glue stick, because that's what we're going to need for the next step. Okay, so now the next step is that we're going to glue the headband together. So I'm going to just put my two pieces of paper overlapping one on top of the other, doesn't matter which one, and I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to glue the bottom half of my paper first, and I'm also going to glue the other side of my paper because we want to make sure that the headband really sticks together because it has a lot of work to do. So you can see that I just glued the two edges of my paper. They're still facing hot dog style, and then I'm going to put them on top of each other, flipping the glue side onto the glue side and then pressing down. And we're going to hold and press for 10 seconds. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there we have it. The first side of our headband is glued together. And now we're going to do the same and make the loop of our headband and glue the same way. So just do the exact same thing that you just did, except on the other side. And this is a good time to check to make sure that your headband still fits. So now that it's glued together, you can wrap it around and see that it still fits and it'll stay. So there we go, we have our headband measured and we're good. So now we're going to glue again. So you're just going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to take one side and glue this and just do the edge of it. And then I'm going to take the other side and see that I have to, when I'm turning it around, I have to do the other side. So I'm going to do this side, just press it down and glue the edge of the paper all the way from the top to the bottom. I'll put my glue off to the side and then I'll fold it over and do the same thing again. Let's count again together. And we'll do 10 seconds again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there you have it. Your headband should be glued and ready to put on your head. So let's see together. Let's see our headbands. Look, you have a good headband. So now you're ready to start making the other parts of your turkey. So now we're going to make a little face. So you can either leave your headband on or you can take it off and put it to the side, but I might leave it on just to see that it stays on and that you're good. Okay, so now we're ready to do the next part of our turkey, which is the little head. So I'm using brown paper again for my turkey, but you can use whatever color you want. You can make a green turkey if you want, but whatever color you want. So for this step, you won't need your glue. You will need some scissors, your bowl or cup, whichever one you want, and you'll need a marker, pencil crayon, a pencil, whatever you have around. So we're going to make the little turkey head. And a tip that I have for if you want to make any circle shape and you want it to be a really good circle is that you take a circle shape that you can find in your house. That's why we have a bowl, a cup, anything. You could even use a glue stick, but that's a little small for this turkey head. So I'm using this bowl because I want my turkey head to be about this size. But your turkey head can be whatever size you want. So this is where you can, you're going to trace the circle on your paper. So it's very easy. You just have to have your paper, your bowl. You're going to put it right in the middle of your paper. You're going to hold it down with one hand, and then taking your whatever writing thing you have, your pencil, your marker, you're just going to go all the way around the circle, tracing the outside of your circle. And you might need to pick up your hand and move it around, but as long as your bowl, plate, whatever it is, stays in the same spot, then you should have a very good circle. So you can see that my circle is very good. Sometimes if you just draw a circle, it might not be a perfect circle. But this is a great way to have a perfect circle drawn. So I'll give you a few more seconds to finish your turkey head drawing. And then what you'll need for your next step is your scissors. And again, if you need help, make sure to ask an adult for help for the cutting. So we'll wait 5 more seconds and then we'll get started. Okay, so all you're going to do is hold your paper and you're going to cut around your circle to make your turkey head. So you can see that your turkey head is ready. And something important to know is that you can see that you can still see where I drew my circles. So if we don't want everyone to see that on our headbands, something that we can do is that when we make our face, we're going to put it on the other side where you don't see any drawing. So then people just think that you made a perfect circle without drawing anything. So now we're done with this step. You can put your paper off to the side. If you have enough, you can keep it and use it for another craft. You won't need your bowl anymore. And we will need scissors, a pencil crayon, or marker or pencil. You will need some other colors of construction paper. I am choosing red and orange, and you'll see why. And that's all you'll need. So what our next step is that we're going to be making the beak and the beard. This is called the beard of a turkey. Do you know what it is? It's actually a bunch of feathers that go from the chin down from the turkey. So it's like a beard like you might see on a man or your dad maybe. So it's a big beard. It's the same thing, and it just goes down from the beak. So usually on turkeys the beak is orange and the beard is red. So that's why I'm using red and orange. But again, it's your turkey. You can do whatever color you want. So, and I'm keeping my little turkey face right beside me so that I can see how big I want my beak and my beard to be. So we're going to start by making the little beak, and we're going to have our paper facing hot dog style on our table, and we're going to have our turkey head just anywhere on the paper. But something important to remember is that I want everyone to draw their beak right in the corner of your paper because we're going to be using this. So you don't want to have your beak somewhere in the middle, or else you'll have to get another piece of paper. And we want to try and keep our papers good so we can have room to draw our feathers. So I see that my head is this big, and I want my beak to be pretty big, like my turkey that I have here. So my beak takes up, my other turkey lost an eye. Oh dear. Well, let's just pretend it stayed on. So the beak takes up a big part of the turkey face. So we're going to make our beak pretty big for this turkey. So the beak is just a triangle. So you'll do one facing hot dog style again at the top of your paper. Then you'll draw another straight line going diagonally down to the right and stopping at the middle of your straight line. Then you'll do the same thing from the right, going down diagonally to the left, and you'll meet your line in the middle, so it should form a point. And that's going to be your beak. So I'll just go over it again. You'll do one straight line going hot dog style straight across the top, then one point from the left going down to the right, stopping in the middle, and doing the same thing again, starting from the right, going down to the left, and stopping in the middle to make your point. That's how you draw a triangle. So I'll give everyone a few seconds to finish drawing their beak, and then you'll need to pull out your red piece of paper and we're going to draw the beard. So I'm going to have my face again right near my red and my orange, and I also want to have my triangle here because as you can see on the turkey that I've already done, the beard goes from the beak. So we want to make sure that the beard will fit over top of the beak. Okay, so now the way that I draw my beard is I just make it like a big raindrop with a bit of a hook. So you'll draw first your hook. So it'll just be like half a circle. Then you're going to go down and do a big circle. And then you'll finish your hook. So you can see that usually a raindrop is like a circle with a point, like your triangle, but this time we drew a hook at the top of the raindrop, went down, made a big circle, and then finished the hook. So now I'll give everyone a few seconds to get their scissors and to finish their beard and their beak. And you can put your turkey head off to the side. And now you will need your scissors, that's all, and we're just going to cut out the beak and the beard. So I'll start with the beak. So my beak is done. I'll put my scissors down and I'll put my beak off to the side with my little turkey head. I'll switch my papers and I'll cut my beard. Okay, great. So I'm going to leave my two papers in the middle and put my scissors off to the side. I'll put my beard with my beak, and then I'll take my papers off to the side. So now you can see that you have your turkey head, your beak, and your beard. So we're going to glue them all together to make our little turkey face. So I'll give everyone a few seconds, and in the meantime, you can get googly eyes and your glue stick. Or if you don't have googly eyes and a glue stick, don't worry. Another way that you can do your turkey eyes is to just draw them on with your black marker or black pencil, whatever you want. It's completely up to you. I just have some googly eyes around, so I thought it would be a fun way to make some googly eyes for my turkey. So, for this step, you'll need your glue stick, and we're going to have our beard, our beak, and our turkey face ready because we're going to make the face. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is glue our beak on because that's the thing that has to go in the middle and it has to go underneath our beard. So I'm just going to put my turkey beak right in the center of my circle. It doesn't have to be in the center, but that's where I want it to be. I'm going to glue the same thing that we're doing with our turkey face. Is that, see how the writing is on the other side where we're gluing? We're going to glue the side that we've written on so that no one can see our writing. We'll hold our beak down for 10 seconds. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now our beak should be on right in the center. Now we need to put our beard on top. So you can choose whatever side of the beak that you want. I'm choosing the left side because I drew my hook to the right. So if I were to do it on this side, on the right side of my beak, people would see the writing that I did. So I'm going to do it on the left side of my beak. So I'm just going to place it before gluing to make sure that I made it small enough to fit on my turkey, and you can see that I found a way that I can fit it all the way on my turkey face. So we're just going to do the same thing again, glue the side that has our writing on it. And then once I'm done gluing, I'll place it how I like it on top of my beak. So you can see that I put my little hook right on top of where the corner of my beak is and going all the way down to the bottom of my turkey face. And we'll just hold it again for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now our beak and our beard are done. And we're going to take our googly eyes, or if you want, you can draw them, whatever works for you, whatever you have. And we're just going to put them right above where our beak and our beard are, near the top of the circle in the center. And we're going to glue the center of the turkey, and we're also going to glue the googly eyes to make sure that the eye doesn't fall off like it did for my turkey. So you're going to glue where you want your eyes to be, and you're also going to glue the googly eye. This will make sure that they're extra sticky and that they'll stay on. And we'll just press our eyes down for 5 seconds. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. So now you have your little turkey head. Pretty cute, right? So I'll give everyone a few seconds, and you can put your glue stick off to the side and get your pieces of construction paper. So you'll need probably 4 pieces of construction paper. So my pieces of construction paper that I chose were green, yellow, red, and orange, because those are fall colors. But your feathers for your turkey can be whatever color you want. And you're going to put them all right on top of each other like I have. And you can hit them on the table to make sure that they're all the same. And we're going to put them all down again, facing hot dog style. And you'll need your marker, pen, or pencil, or whatever. And you might need some help from an adult for this. But what we're going to do is we're going to make our feathers. So you can see why I wanted us to cut them on one side, our beak and our beard on one side, because we're going to put our hand down on the paper and we're going to trace it. Now, something to remember is that if you write with your right hand, then you'll want to put your left hand down, because if you put your right hand down, then it'll be a lot harder to trace. Or if you want, you can ask an adult for some help. So we're just going to put our hand down on the piece of paper, and you're not going to trace any part of your wrist, so you don't need to worry about getting your wrist in. You're just going to start from where your wrist and your palm, so this part, the bottom part of your hand, you're going to start here and start tracing around all of your fingers. And if you don't want to do your feathers that way, I also did for this turkey, I did some cute little leaves. So you know how we made the little raindrop for our beard? You just do a really big raindrop and just do some leaves like that. So you can see it's just a big circle with some points on it. But for this one I want to do hands. So I'm going to make some hand feathers. So again, starting from the bottom of your hand, you're going to take your pencil and just go around all of your fingers and your thumb. I'll give people a few seconds to finish tracing your hand. And then something you'll notice is that you didn't get the bottom part of your hand. So we're just going to finish off drawing your hand by doing a little circle to connect the one side of your hand to your other side so that you have a full hand drawn. So now for this next step, you're going to need your scissors. And this is a cool tip. So we're going to make 4 feathers. But if you don't want to draw your hand 4 separate times, that's why I told you to put all your pieces of construction paper underneath each other, because we're going to cut out our hand, but if we're holding all of our different papers at the same time, then you'll be able to cut out 4 feathers at the same time. So make sure that you're holding all of your pieces of paper and you got your scissors, and you're just going to cut out your hand. And it might be a little bit harder than what you usually do with cutting paper because you're cutting 4 pieces of paper at once. So if you need help, make sure to ask an adult. And we're going to go slower because we're going to go through a bunch of pieces of paper at once, and we want to make sure that our hand doesn't get cut. And there you have it. So you cut out 4 feathers or 4 hands at once. So you can see I have an orange feather, a red feather, a yellow feather, and a green feather. Pretty cool, right? I'll give people a few seconds to finish cutting their hands, and you can put your pieces of paper off to the side. And now you're going to need your headband. So, now you can see that the feathers go on the back of my turkey. So, I put my feathers on one side and my turkey head on the other. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to place our feathers on one side of our headband and make sure that we think we have enough feathers, because it totally depends. You could do 4 feathers, you could do 2 feathers, it's up to you. So I'm going to put my headband down and just hold my feathers along one side to make sure that I'm covering enough space and that I think my feathers look good. Yep, I think I like that. So I'm going to use 1, 2. Let's try one more and just make sure. Yeah, see? So you can see that my 4 feathers are going to cover most of my headband, so I'm happy with 4. But if you need to make another feather, that's totally up to you. So we're good with our 4 feathers. I'm good with my 4 feathers. I'll put them off to the side with my turkey head. I'll put my headband off to the side. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do some more drawing, and we're going to make our little feet for our turkey. So I did my turkey feet red, but you can do your turkey feet whatever color you want. So I'm going to take my red piece of paper again. So I'm going to show you 2 ways to make your turkey feet. So one way is to trace your whole hand again, and the other way is to just trace your 3 fingers, because you can see that my turkey feet just have 3 little toes. So we'll do the first way again. So this time we're going to need to have our red paper facing hamburger style, because I'm running out of space on my paper, but I'm going to try and use it as much as I can. So you're just going to do the same thing again. You're just going to trace your hand again. And you'll just finish your hand off again by connecting one side to the other. So that's going to be the first way that you can make your turkey foot. The other way is to just trace 3 of your fingers. So we're going to use not your pinky and your thumb, but your 3 fingers in the middle. So I'm going to put my 3 fingers down on my piece of paper. I'm going to spread them out a little bit, and I'm just going to trace my 3 fingers. And then I'll do the same thing again, like my other hand, and I'm going to connect one side of my fingers to the other side of my fingers. So you can see that I have I have 1 turkey foot with 5 fingers. And 1 turkey foot with 3 fingers. So we're going to start by cutting out the 3-fingered turkey foot. Okay, so this is our first turkey foot. I'm going to put it off to the side, and now I'm going to cut out my hand again. Okay, so my red paper is done. I'll just put it off to the side and I'll recycle it. Okay, I'll give people a few more seconds because this might have taken some time, and all you'll need for this step is your scissors and your 2 turkey feet that you have. Okay, so you can see that I have 2 different size feet. So I'm going to need to cut off the 2 fingers, my thumb and my pinky, off of the hand that I cut that has 5 fingers. So I'm just going to cut 1 finger off, and then I'll cut the other finger off, and you just go straight down. But you can still see that 1 finger is a lot bigger than the other, or 1 hand is a lot bigger than the other. So what you'll do is you'll put your smaller hand on top of your big hand and do the same thing like you did when you were cutting your headband, and just cut all the way around it so that you have 2 turkey feet that are the same size. Now, I showed you those two different ways, but you can just pick one way and do it that way, or you can do it both ways like I did. It's totally up to you. So I'll give people a few seconds to finish their turkey feet. You'll put them off to the side with the rest of your turkey, your head, your feathers on your headband. And you'll get 2 colors of paper. I'm going to do orange and yellow. And you're going to put them hamburger style on your table, and you're going to put them right underneath each other like we have, and you're going to cut from the bottom to the top. And it doesn't matter how big you make it. I'm going to make it to be about 3 fingers wide. I'm going to make a big strip cutting from the top to the bottom. So I'll measure with my 3 fingers at the bottom. That's about how big I want it to be. And then you're just going to cut from one end to the other. And once you're done, you can put those papers off to the side. You won't need them anymore. So I'll give a few people some time to finish. And you can see that what we have done is we've made 2 strips. These are going to be our little turkey legs that connect the feet to the body of the turkey. So we're going to do some fun folding, and all you'll need for this step is your hands and your strips of paper. So we're going to put them again hamburger style. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your strip and measure 2 fingers. And that's how you're going to fold. So you're going to fold upwards. And then you're going to do the same thing, but flip it the other way and go down. And you'll fold it the same width as what you just did. So you can see that I have 2 folds that are the same length, same width, and we're just going to keep doing that. So I just went down, I'm going to go up again, fold upwards, and again, fold down. One more time, fold up, and you're going to keep doing this until you finish your strip of paper. Fold up and down. And then once you're done, you're just going to put it off to the side with the rest of your little turkey. And you can see you have a cool little accordion leg. If you want to make your legs super long, you could fold the other one and then glue it and make a really long leg. But I'm just going to make it this big and have 2 legs with 2 different colors. And you can do whatever color you want. Again, it's up to you. So we'll do it again together. Measure 2 fingers and fold your paper up, and then fold down again. And we'll just keep doing this until we finish our second turkey leg. And keep folding up and down, making sure that your paper is the same size each time you fold it. So now you have 2 legs. Good. Fold this one up again. They're the same size. And you can stretch them out a little bit so that they make your turkey legs a little bit longer. And you have 2 turkey legs. I'll give people a few seconds to finish. Now you're going to need to get all your turkey parts together. So we're going to put our legs, our feet, our head, our feathers. Don't need scissors anymore, don't need your pencil, crayon, marker, or pencil, and your headband all together. So we're going to put our turkey together now. Yay! So the first thing we're going to do is put our two legs together. So you're going to need your glue stick, and you're going to take one side of your turkey leg, it doesn't matter which side, and you take the first piece that you folded and glue it. So you have to put your leg the way that you want it to sit on your turkey. So I'm going to glue the last side that I folded to the side that doesn't have any pencil crayon on it, and I'm just going to glue those two together. And you're not going to glue it at the very edge of where your feet, your toes start. You're going to glue it at where you have your little circle. So I'll take my glue stick and I'll glue the bottom part of my little leg and press it down. Let's press it for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have one leg ready to go, and we'll just put it to the side, and we'll do the exact same thing again with our other turkey leg. So I'm going to put it on the side that has no writing. I'll press it down, I'll look where I want it to be, place it on my little foot, and then I will glue the side that will stick to the foot to the edge of my turkey foot, and we'll count for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 2 feet that can hang, and you'll put those off to the side. I'll give everyone a few seconds. Okay, so now we're going to start doing the headband, and putting our turkey together. So I have my turkey head, I have my glue stick, and my headband. And we're going to choose whatever side of the turkey, the headband, doesn't matter. And we're going to put our head in the middle. So I have a little head. So you see how where I've glued my headband together, you can see the little line. I don't really want anyone to see that on my head, so I'm going to turn my headband so that it's facing hot dog style. I'm going to put my head, my turkey head, right in the middle. And it doesn't matter, this is just what I wanted to do, but it's just a fun way so that people don't see where we have glued. So I'm going to put my headband down, and I'm going to glue, because I want it to really stick, I'm going to glue the edge where I want my turkey head to be, and I'm going to flip my turkey head over, and I'm going to glue the bottom, just the edge of my circle, and I will put it where I've glued, and we'll hold it down again for 10 seconds. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see that you have a little head and a body. And I'll give some time to finish gluing their turkey head. And you'll need your feathers. So you're going to do the same thing again. You're going to glue the little edge of your hand, and you're going to place it behind the turkey head. So you want your feathers to be behind the face of your head, so you're going to put them on the other side on the back of your headband. So we'll get our glue and we'll glue one hand at a time and then put it on our turkey. So I'm just going to do a little part of the bottom of my hand, and then I will place it on my turkey and we'll hold for 10 seconds together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have one feather, and you're just going to do the exact same thing again with your other feathers. And I'm going to put them each facing a different direction so that it looks like feathers. Looks good to me. I'll hold it there again, make sure that it sticks. And you don't want to press too hard because you don't want your headband to become not like a circle, so it won't fit on your head. And we'll do it again with our other feather. I'll just place it before I glue it down. And we have one last feather to glue. But if you did more, then you just have to keep going until you have all your feathers and you're happy with how your turkey looks. So now you have a turkey with lots of feathers on the back. Pretty cool, right? So let's put it on and do a little test. Oh yeah, look at that turkey. Pretty cool, right? So now we have to add our feet. And this is a good thing that we put our headband on, because we want to make sure that when we hang the feet, they don't fall in our eyes. So you have to kind of put them off to the side a little bit. So I'm going to put my feet right on the side where my green and my yellow feather are. So I'm going to glue them so that it doesn't go in my eyes. So for the last step, we're just going to need our legs and our glue. So we're going to glue the other side. So we have our foot on one side, and this is where you're going to glue, on this little edge. So you're just going to take your glue stick and you're going to glue the edge, and we're going to make sure that they stick. So I'm going to also glue my headband where I want the foot to go to make sure that they really stick. And we'll hold them again for 10 seconds. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll just do the same thing with our other foot. We'll hold it again for 10 seconds after we have glued where we want to glue on our headband. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there we have it. We have a cool headband that looks like a turkey with some cool feet, some cool feathers, and a face. So this is a great craft you can do for our American friends that have Thanksgiving coming up, and for our Canadian friends whose Thanksgiving is already past. It's just a fun craft to do with your friends, and you have a cool headband that you can wear at the end. I had so much fun making this cool headband with you all. Have a great rest of your weekend. Come back to Get Your Play Online for more fun crafts. Bye!